Good morning, everyone. Excellencies, Ms. Victoria Bain, Mr. Richard Banks, ladies and gentlemen. To start with, I would like to thank Euromoney for organizing this conference once again, and we at Arab Bank are pleased to continue as our role as lead sponsor of this important economic event in Jordan. For several years, we have discussed here at Euromoney conferences variations on the twin themes of economic stability and growth. We've highlighted the financial sector's contribution to growth and in being a cornerstone of overall economic stability at the same time. Our discussion has been anchored in current and changing developments, challenges, and opportunities, while seeking to shed light on the way forward. And in this context, the emphasis in this year's conference on the digital economy, particularly in the financial sector, in the overall context of stability and transformation, provides a fresh perspective on Jordan's economic path. Also, the theme appropriately captures important ongoing initiatives and developments while examining the longer-term transformation in addition to stability and growth over the next few years. Today, I have two sets of remarks. First, I would like to highlight positive developments in the economy, and I would point out some important recent successes in the areas of stability and growth. And to build on these improvements and generate a growth momentum, there is need also to invigorate investment, whether public, private, or foreign. And second, I will provide a few remarks about key advances in the digital economy, particularly in the financial sector. In terms of the economic improvement, the first recent success to note is that of fiscal stabilization. Following a decade of increases, the debt-to-GDP ratio stabilized at 94.4% in 2018, barely unchanged from the previous year. And we look forward to having the debt-to-GDP ratio steadily decline over the coming few years. This decline should be facilitated by the government's focus on raising growth rates, along with the promised increase in donor support and further deficit reduction. The second successful development to note is that of continued monetary and financial stability. The prudent policies of the Central Bank of Jordan and the conservative practices of the financial system have enhanced overall financial stability and resilience in the face of changing external and domestic developments. Moreover, the interest rate pause by the U.S. Fed in 2019 has allowed the central bank to also stabilize its policy rate structure, providing investors greater stability in the interest rate environment. Now, to raise growth rates from the currently low levels, I highlighted in my address last year the importance of raising investment and export levels. Both of these engines of growth need to operate together. It is refreshing to note that a solid recovery in exports has already started in 2018 on the heels of the sustainable recovery in tourism, which started a year earlier. And here I'm going to make three specific points. First, the turnaround in exports has been important. Exports rose for the first time since 2014 by 3.5% in 2018 and sustained this increase at 5.9% year-on-year in the first 4 months of 2019. The export increase has been diversified by products and by countries. For example, in 2018, there was an increase of 28% to Iraq, 26% to India, 10% to the US, and 14% to the EU, though from a low base. Second, the tourism sector is in its third year of impressive recovery in 2019, following double-digit growth rates in tourism revenue in 2017 and 2018. The government's focus on expanding various types of tourism, business conferences, health, educational, adventure, filmmaking, and historical is yielding results with tourism as one of the more dynamic sectors of the economy. And third, Jordan is positioning itself as a regional hub for exporting services in such areas as IT services, call centers, and back offices, in addition to engineering, health, education, logistics, business, and legal services. Indeed, Jordan has already succeeded in attracting several global companies to open offices here and to hire the available skilled Jordanians. However, to supplement the ongoing growth in tourism and exports of goods and services, it is essential to raise investment levels, whether public, private, or foreign. We are encouraged by the government's emphasis on relaunching key public-private partnerships to improve infrastructure in critical areas and stimulate private investment. At the same time, it is important to raise the capital expenditure from its critically low level of 3.2% of GDP in 2018 for growth to recover. Moreover, delays in payments to contractors and suppliers result in a drag on investment and business activity, in addition to draining the relatively tight liquidity. A positive reform to note is the government's recent decision to eliminate ownership restrictions for foreign direct investment in important areas. And we hope that this, along with other reforms, would stimulate foreign direct investment to recover from its multi-year low of 2.2% of GDP in 2018. The importance of raising investment and export levels to advance economic activity over the next few years is, of course, clearly recognized. However, it is equally important to raise the economy's productivity for sustained increases in growth and job creation over the long run. Innovations and improvement in the digital economy, including digital financial services, are at the heart of raising productivity, growth, and job creation. So this brings me to the second part of my talk, namely the digital economy and Fintech. And here I will make again 3 points. Jordan is well positioned on its path of digital transformation. The country has a solid and improving ICT infrastructure with high penetration ratios of internet and mobile broadband, along with a large and rising pool of talented young Jordanians. These features have nurtured an active startup community, and it is no surprise that Jordan has more than 600 tech companies and that it accounted for 27 out of the top 100 pioneering startups selected at the 2019 MENA World Economic Forum. The financial sector is also undergoing its own digital transformation, as His Excellency the Governor explained earlier. Globally, new capabilities such as open application programming interfaces, APIs, and improved data analytics, artificial intelligence, are enabling innovators to integrate solutions that modernize financial services while financial institutions continue to meet the standards of customer trust, data privacy, and regulatory requirements. In Jordan, the central bank has prudently encouraged technological solutions in the financial sector. Its efforts, along with those of the banks and fintechs, have transformed the national payment system, including eFawatirkum, JomoPay, and JoNet, into an efficient and modern and secure system, reducing costs and risks. Indeed, the national payment system has become a key enabler for the digitalization of business-to-person and government-to-person transactions. Also, the central bank launched, again, as His Excellency mentioned earlier, its regulatory sandbox last year for fintech solutions to be tested in a controlled environment while providing regulators the opportunity to assess their potential impact to ensure stability of the financial system. My third remark is to highlight progress in Arab Bank's ambitious digitalization strategy. Banks, as you all know, are undergoing a fundamental transformation in terms of technology to meet the new demands by their customers and the challenges by technology providers. And these investments will be, and this transformation will be essential to maintain their relevance long term. So for us, focusing on future and growth and efficiency, we have made significant investment in the digitalization of our services, upgrading the IT architecture, establishing smart branches, introducing customer biometric identification, developing our own wallet, Arabi MobiCash, in addition to Arabi Mobile and Arabi Connect. We have also launched 3 complementary initiatives to leverage the full scope of fintechs. The ABI Hub is a modern R&D center for our staff to explore, educate, and experiment with startups. The AB Accelerator aims to adapt and scale fintech solutions for enhancing Arab Bank services, and the AB Ventures is a $30 million Arab Bank fintech fund to invest in the next wave of innovative financial solutions. So to conclude my remarks, digitalization is an important pillar in the overall growth strategy. Jordan is well positioned to leverage innovations in the digital economy, and such innovations will raise productivity and growth rates now and in the future. More immediately, however, hopefully higher investment levels along with the ongoing growth in tourism and exports, will support an economic recovery and enhance stability. Thank you very much.